Hello everybody, happy Saturday, happy Super Bowl Eve. Wonder if all of you guys are getting ready for Super Bowl. I wanted to come on today to talk about my wood kits and patterns. Say hello when you're on. So I wanted to explain a little bit. First, I want to show you the wood kit that I'm going to be painting today, and I'll get started on that because I decided to start from scratch for those of you who are painting but not a whole bunch and you want to learn a little bit more. And I wanted to start off with the base painting process. So I have this cute little wood kit that I designed this week. Super fun. Oh, this broke off. Sorry, I'm trying to work on my sign that I'm going to put on this little bunny. That didn't cut very well. So I'm going to make this little carrot with the bunny coming out of the carrot. It'll be a wood kit. I'm going to start base painting it. I'm going to base paint it Tangerine from Delta. Oh, let me see if this is going to work. This is what I'm working on, the iron on for his little sign. I just didn't like the way it cut too well, so I'm going to have to fix that before I send them out. Hope you guys are doing something fun if you catch me on the replay, if you're not watching live. Those of you who've bought my patterns, thank you so much. I hope, or kits, I hope you're enjoying putting them all together. There we go. And then just this A. Can't get that little booger out of there. Oh, it's kind of small, but it'll be okay. All right, figure that out. Okay, let me see what we got here. Why can't I see comments? There we go. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Marianne. Okay, so we're going to be working on this wood kit. It's a carrot with a little bunny. You get all the pieces that you see here. This is going to be basically a pop-up so that he's popped out of the little house there. And then this will be underneath. He's holding the sign that'll say Happy Easter. You'll get the pattern with it, a line drawing, I should say. That's about it, no instruction. So you buy the kit, you come back on, and you learn how to, you do it all on your own here with my instruction. Let me just, and then let me start base painting all of this stuff to get you guys going. As organized as I thought I was, I'm not very organized. Okay, here we go. So I'm first going to paint this little guy, this little white bunny. And what I do, I'm going step by step, guys, just so you guys can see how I do it and you can see how it comes full circle. Okay, so then I just go to the edges, and this plywood, some people paint the edges, some people don't. I like to paint the edges, but I only do one coat, so it's very light. You can still kind of see through the wood sometimes, but it's just easier that way, especially when I'm making a few of them, than just to base paint them quickly. So, you guys ready for Super Bowl? You guys cheering anybody on? Are you having a big party? So I just smooth it out, and with this plywood, once you put paint on it, the wood will lift a little bit. So then I'll just give it a light sand, but I'll give it 2 coats, a light sand, and then another light coat. And then that's when I do my shading. Uh-oh, I didn't talk to you. Oh. I don't know why she thought I said something, but it was probably close to her name. So I try to go around all of it, but I won't get to all of it because then I'm running out of room here, because I do set it down. I hope you guys are seeing okay. And I just kind of brush it on. I do a little piece of paper. This cleans really well, but when I'm doing a lot of pieces, I don't like to dirty up my mat that fast. I don't like to clean it often, so I just do this on the paper. I go through a lot of Xerox paper. And then we'll set that aside and let it dry. It's really, it's cool today, so it's going to take a little while, I think, for things to dry, but I've got some time, and I hope you guys do too. If not, come back and watch it. Then I'm going to do the leaf part in Sour Apple, which is Deco Art. And the white that I used, of course, you guys, it's Waverly Chalk paint. So then I'm going to give this, I do the edges twice. Let's see what we got here. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Nicole. Okay, so we're going here. Am I too close? I feel like I'm too close. Hold on, let me try to move this up. It's my nephew's birthday, my godson's birthday this weekend. He turns 21, and all of my kids, he's at University of Washington, and all my kids went to Seattle to spend time with him. So I usually have Amy here or Kevin here, but this weekend it's just Brad and I. So that's nice that they're being left to celebrate with him. Okay. And then sometimes the edge of the wood will have little bits of sawdust, and I will get that on here sometimes. This, of course, is not, I wanted to show you that what happens, but this, of course, does not have too much of it. So, but then I sand it off. After a second coat, I'll sand it off. So then I'm just going to round the top here. Who's he talking to? Okay, just like that. And then I will do the sides again, the edges, because the paint will absorb it. The wood will absorb the paint. Okay. Do I dare try to paint tangerine on the carrot? I'm telling you guys, it's cool here. It's not like Southern California to be cool like this. So things lately have been taking me a while. It's been taking a while to dry. So I'll base paint and I'll go do something, come back. I'm going to pick up this green. It's going to make a mess. But we're going to... And then I wanted to discuss my patterns with you guys that I have on Etsy. Joanne from Michigan. Ooh, must be really cold there, right? Okay. I'll do the bottom. I don't always give the bottom 2 coats since you don't really see it anyway. My hand's gonna get all dirty. All right. And while this is drying, we'll talk about my patterns, because I want to show you that it's not just for what you think it is all the time. Oh, and I got a hair there. And I am adding water, you guys, to my brush. I add a little bit of water right now. Can I show you that really quick? Let's see if we can show you. Sorry, excuse my ugly tub. So I get water like that. I take most of it off, but it just makes the paint go on smoother. I know it's step by step, and probably a lot of you already know how to base paint, but I just thought for those of you who don't and want to learn, So then again, I go with the grain of the wood. I try to brush it down. Oh, I got some on there. And there we go. And then just brush it down. And then sometimes if I went over, I just kind of pick up the little globs of paint. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. And then I wanted to show you my patterns. So my patterns on Etsy, you get this pattern like this, and I wanted to show you what I did with it because I enlarged it. I think it was I enlarged it by 115%. This is my Spring Has Sprung pattern. He's in a little pot. Bunny's really cute. So if you didn't want it for spring, I'm like, you know what? You could totally make this into an Easter bunny. So all I did was, let me get a marker so that's very, I can explain it really well. Okay. So what I did was, you can get a circle if you want, if you don't feel comfortable doing this, but I just went like this, went across, and went like this, right? And there's your pattern. And if you wanted to, like, I kind of follow this to see, yeah, so that's about right. You can go down a little bit more. So now you have just his head, right? So you would cut that out, and then you would cut out his foot, his hand, I'm sorry, 2 hands. So what I did, and I wanted to show you guys how you can go from a little bunny in a pot to a bunny with a sign. So if you've purchased my pattern, you guys, you could turn it into an Easter little, you know, sign. So I'm going to put Happy Easter on here. But then what I did was with the bigger guy, because now remember, I think this was 115%. You can go to Staples or Office Depot and ask them to enlarge this for you. So with this guy, what I did is I just rounded the edges, came around, and then rounded again, right? So now he's one piece, and then I cut out the feet, and then I made this guy. Okay, so then this isn't in the pattern. You can leave it like this, add some eggs with it. Look how cute it is now, you guys, a whole different set. So those of you who are selling for a profit or wanting to love the spring set, but you're like, I don't decorate for spring. How cute is this? It turns into a little Easter tier tray set, right? And just to show you, if you don't like the tan bunnies, I also did a little white bunny. Okay. Then what I did is I got 2 eggs, and then what I'm going to do, he's going, oh, it's hard to see this way. Oh, it's hard to see that way. I'm going to paint these bunnies and then put dots on the bunnies, eggs, and then I'm going to put dots and stripes. So then now he's going to be surrounded by eggs. How cute is that, right? So like I said, I got 2 eggs. You know, you can get clip art from online, and then I just drew 2 pieces out. I kind of placed them where I wanted them, and then I just did 2 lines across and cut them out of plywood. But again, you don't have to do that. You could just leave them just like that and then surround them with eggs. How cute is that, right? Yes, Donna, steal that idea. I'm telling you guys, you can, it's not just a pattern. Hi, Pat. So that's one set that I did, okay? That's one pattern. I'm just trying to let you guys know what you can do with my patterns if you haven't already done it. So the next thing that I did, okay, I've got all these patterns here. Let me get these out of my way. The next one I did was the Hip Hop Hooray. So with this Hip Hop Hooray, this is how you get the set, right? Okay, so I gave you this extra bunny, so for you to do with it however you want, right? And you can cut this out. So what I did is I enlarged it again. And I want to say it was 120%. So you can make this even bigger, you guys, right? So then what I did is I got this part. So this, you could do bunny and then the little hands, and you have the little hands over the bunny, right? But if you want to make all 3 of them, just round this like that. And now you have a separate set, a separate guy, right? So you cut him out of wood with a little hand, and then you get this guy. And it doesn't say hop on it. You have it all single. I made them bigger because the other one that I made, the actual pattern is pretty small. I mean, it's like 8 inches across, but the bunnies are kind of small. So you can make them that size as well. I mean, just like I said, round out the edges. Just like that. And now you've got a whole separate bunny. This one you already have, but these, if you wanted them separately, you can separate them. I enlarged it and I made this guy. Thank you. So yeah, I wanted to go on and show you my patterns. Both of those patterns are available on Etsy if you have not purchased them. But I just wanted to show you what you can get out of it. I think the hardest part for some people is that they can't draw. So basically you got 2 different patterns in one. So, and like I said, you can make them even bigger than this. This is about, I don't know how big this is. How big is this? He's about 6 inches. So you can make them even bigger if you wanted to, you know. So just enlarge it on a copy machine. Like I said, go to Staples or Office Depot. But yeah, isn't that super cute? So then I'm going to make this an Easter set. He's also going to have the back of the eggs. And then put Happy Easter or something on there. So remember, this was the one that was on the Spring Has Sprung. Donna, the color on the bunnies are Trail Tan by Delta. I don't know where it's at. I was running out of it. I know, it's a really pretty color for him, I think. And then when I darken the edges with burnt umber, it kind of, you know, gets them a little darker. Thanks, Carol. Okay, so just wanted to show you that while this is drying. Get this out of my way. Let's get back to this bunny. For those of you just hopping on, I'm making this will be a wood kit and you will get the pattern for it. I'm going to get Waverly Antique Wax and I'm going to wax the little sign with a little wipey. I don't have any gloves, so I'm going to mess up my crushed nails. Hopefully I won't. So I shake the bottle just to get this little bit here, because I don't do a whole bunch. And then just dab it on here. Just like that. Just stain it, and I'm going to let it sit and dry, hopefully. Didn't do so bad with my nails. Okay, let's give this another coat. Thank you, Ellen. Okay, so then I'm going to give this another coat. And remember, I didn't finish doing the edges because I ran out of room with my hand. So I'm going to finish the edges and then give this another coat. Oh, too much water. See how it made it really clear? And I like to add more paint to it because I don't want to give it tons of coats. So this guy too, if you wanted to, when you get your pattern, let me see if I can transform him so you can get something else out of him. So this is the pattern that you'll get. And what did I do with the marker that I just had? Okay. Maybe for this guy, if you wanted him separate, you know what you could do, you guys? Just bring him down something like that. Or maybe cut him off here so he's not so big. So if you wanted 2 separate pieces, that would be cute too. And just cut this out of 1-inch wood. And like I said, if you're not good with that, get a a bottle and just round your edges like that, something big enough how you want it, would be really cute. Oops. All right, any questions about the patterns, you guys? Okay, all right, so let's continue with base coating this guy. Like I said, it's a little dry, but we got some white on there, but it's okay. And then I give this another coat. So you guys having people over for Super Bowl, or what are your plans tomorrow? I'm rooting for Kansas City. I don't know if anybody's rooting for anybody on this who's watching me, but I love watching Mahomes play. He's an amazing athlete, except it was not that much fun watching him the last couple of times because he's been hurt. So I'm hoping he's on his A game and we could see some fun stuff tomorrow. Like I said, all my kids are gone this weekend, so we're not really doing anything for Super Bowl. Okay, remember to go on the edges to get your gunky stuff off. And you see the little pieces, I don't know if you could see it on here, little pieces of sand, but I'm going to use a sandpaper and then just sand that off really lightly. Okay, I still have to do the edges on this, but since I don't want to take up a lot of your time, I'm just going to paint another coat on top. Uh-oh, I got some green on there. Okay. Roberta, you know, I don't remember the price of the patterns for Hip Hop Hooray and Spring Has Sprung. It's on my Etsy shop. If you go to my page, I have it linked on there. And if you can't find it that way, it's painted by Yvonne, all no spaces, and they're all on there. This wood kit, I'm not sure what it's going to be. I'll post it in a couple of hours after I get off, after I take pictures, and this will probably go out next week. I usually like to do about 12, so we'll see how many I get done. Okay, so then let's set that aside. I should use a blow dryer, but I'm not. And then I don't know if you can see, sometimes you have these little pieces and it kind of bothers me, so I just get my really fine sandpaper and just try to take that off. I know it's no big deal, but sometimes it really bothers me. Okay. We'll wait for that to dry, give it a light sand, and then give it another coat, and then we're going to shade. I don't know if you guys saw, this is what we're making, or this is what I'm making, that you could purchase the wood kit and make it at home. That's what I do to make it 3 dimensions, like dimension. Nancy, I think that's what you mean. Oh, Donna, yours are the 49ers. Yeah, they were done. As you can tell, I'm not a big San Francisco fan, so, but I was when they were playing, yeah, I don't think they played Kansas City, right? I was rooting for them, so, but I wouldn't have rooted for them if they were playing against Kansas City. So, yay, Noah. Let's go. We'll see how they do. I'm excited about those brothers playing against each other. That's kind of crazy, huh? The Kelsey brothers. I don't know. If I was the mom, what do you do? Just get excited because you're going to win anyway, right? You're going to be sad for the other one. I don't have any Super Bowl kits, Pat. I don't know if you guys saw the set I made last year for when the Rams were playing. Let me show you that since I have some time really quick. But I can't really use any of that. So this is the tier tray set I made for myself last year. I don't usually keep anything for me, but I had made both of these, which was fun. Kind of ruined it. I stenciled these, which was fun. These were stenciled with paint and a stencil. Then I made this, but this logo I made with the vinyl, with a vinyl on my machine. So I had done that, and then I did this. This was also stenciled, and then I just tried to give it some little bit more dimension of how their helmet is. And then I did a football, and then are you ready for some football? So those were from last year. So basically all I could use this year is this. But since I'm really not having anybody over, I don't think it's going to really matter. But yeah, I should have made them kind of neutral colors, right? So I could use them every year. But of course I didn't do that. Yes, Nicole, that would be so exciting. Nicole, the next sale, I'm hoping, don't quote me on this, I'm hoping next week sometime, because I do have St. Patrick's Day items that I have for sale. And you guys saw some of that, right? Or you saw that one, that pattern? I'm going to show you a little sneak peek of one of the guys I'll be having for sale. Will be this guy. My little Happy Feet collection. Thought he was pretty cute. And of course I made a little extra stuff that goes along with it. You'll have to watch. But yeah, I have a little bit of St. Patrick's Day stuff, and I have Easter stuff. So hopefully, I don't know if I'll have too much of it, but I will have some stuff next week. Okay, so then let's go ahead and sand this really quick. Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to give this a really quick sand, just because I like to have it nice and smooth. So there it is, nice and smooth. And then now I'm going to put some sable brown out on my palette. If I could find it, here it is. By DecoArt, sable brown. Because I'm going to shade with this. So I'm going to give this another coat. Because see, it lifted up the edges. Give it a nice smooth coat. I probably take way too much time base painting, but I just, if you have a nice base to everything, everything else just goes on smoother. Oh yeah, Pat, because of Pat Johnson, my friend, her husband's birthday is on St. Patrick's Day. Okay, so I'm going to blend some white on my palette and pick up some sable brown. Just so you can see what I'm making. He's right here. And I just so while the paint's still wet, it doesn't have to be wet, but it makes it easier. You're just going to grab some sable brown, but with your white on it, and then just add the color. And then kind of come around. pick up a little bit of water at the edge of my brush because I feel like it's getting a little dry and you need it to have a little bit of more moisture when you're doing it. This guy, I'm going to put the little ear bent over, and then just like that. Oh, this side, this guy needs this side here. All right, so we'll set that aside because he's pretty much almost done with, just needs nose and some stuff on it. Okay, let's see how this guy's doing. Okay, so let's get, it's still a little wet, but we're gonna do this, guys. Okay, I'm just gonna lightly sand. Yeah, it's still wet, not good, but what is my coffee? Okay, so I'm gonna put out some Christmas green, and I'm gonna pick up some more paint. Some more sour apple, and do the same thing. First, I'm going to just give it another really light coat. Just like that. And then get the edge of my brush, pick up some Christmas green, pick up a little bit more water, and then we're going to shade around the carrot. I went over. Just like that. All right. And then put some here. You know what I want to do with this one, you guys? I think I'm going to try to make it have a bushy. See if I can get this brush here. See if this will work. So you see that how I just shaded and then I highlighted, right? But I think what I'm going to try, since I'm waiting for other stuff to dry, is I'm going to make it look leafy. So I dabbed some of the Sour Patch, and on the corner of my brush picked up some Christmas green because I'm going back over that green part. Just like that. And then do the same thing with this. And I just have an old scruffy 3/4 inch flat brush that's just seen its day. Just like that. That looks cute too. And then I just try to blend more of it out. I'm going to pick up some more sour apple. And it still has that Christmas green in it, so it's going to give me a different shade. So what I'm going to try to do is just stipple all inside so the whole thing could look like it's bushy. Okay, I'm going to pick up some more Christmas green because I think I need a little bit more color. Let's just keep going because I think what I'm going to do some more Christmas green. I think it needs to have more. And then I think I'm going to get a darker green to go over that shaded area. Let me pick up some of this darker green. And then do the same, just pick up on the edge of the stippling brush. Oops, I got on the orange. It's okay. Just like that. You guys are so quiet. No questions? No Super Bowl snacks? What about Super Bowl snacks? Alright. So I just got that darker green, just so you can see that. So again, like you can leave it the way I showed you. You just shaded the sides, the edges, and or you can give it a little bit more dimension like that. And I think what I'll do even is pick up some white to give the middle some highlight. Although I could just dry brush highlight on it, but let's see here. Gives it a whole different green. So you just keep layering, however, until you like the look that you can come up with. See, I think it added a little bit more to it. Oops, sorry. All right. Super cute. I'm gonna pick up some more white. I mean, you can keep playing with it. And it's just adding so much more, I feel. Super cute. Okay. Kind of blended too much out of there. All right. And then I'll dry brush some more highlight on there just to kind of bring it out a little bit more. Yeah? Did I teach you something? I do this for the bears. You guys saw me do it for the bears. I thought that was pretty cute. Just whenever you want something to look fuzzy. Okay. Now let's pick up orange again. Some more tangerine on my palette. And then I'm going to pick up, I know this is a weird combo, but this is kind of what I worked with. I'm going to pick up some Antique Maroon from DecoArt. And that's going to be like, oh, and you know what? No, it was Antique Maroon and Georgia Clay. So it's Georgia Clay and Antique Maroon. Both of those colors is what I used for my shading. I know it sounds crazy, but the Georgia Clay was way too light, so I had to add more to it. And I'll show that to you guys first. Okay, so let's give this one more coat. I hope you guys are enjoying these little classes that I'm doing. They're basically little classes to help your painting. And I try to do things, if you guys, any of you guys are selling on Etsy or online, I try to do really simple patterns that you guys can finish pretty quickly. So that's kind of my goal when I do patterns. I don't do very intricate type of stuff. Okay. So now I gave that another coat, and then I'm going to pick up a little bit of Georgia Clay, and I'm going to show you that it didn't do as much as I wanted it to do. See how light it is? Like it's hardly anything, right? So then I just pick up a little bit of Antique Maroon and add it to that Tangerine and Georgia Clay. I mean, and you might have a color that works good, but I didn't really look, and I just started mixing. Get my brush strokes out of there. Uh-oh. How did I get that on there? Okay. I pick up some more Georgia Clay, Antique Maroon, blend it on my palette, and then oh, good, Roxanne. I'm glad you like them. Oh, good, Marianne. Oh, you guys are all pros as it is anyway. You guys should go see the stuff Marianne and Roxana do. Really cute. Roxana's Creations by Griffin. And Marianne is, I'm so sorry. Handmade by Marianne. Whew. I was going to get in trouble. I was like, oh no. How do I not know that? I'm on the, okay, so then I'm going to pick up some more color. And you don't even really see this part because it's hidden, but you may see some of it. I'm just going to put the little creases in the carrot. And when you get the pattern, you'll see where it's placed. Just like that. All right. Set that aside. Go back to the bunny, and with Think Pink, I'm going to add his nose. Where's my brush? You guys, I have a set of brushes that are like just face painting brushes and raggedy old brushes, and then I have a little cup with my nice brushes. I've got them all over. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so I'm just going to add a nose here. It became that kind of chunky nose. All right, just like that. Okay, then I'm going to get a scruffy brush. This is what I usually use for red, so it's perfect for my pink. And oh good, Sandy, I'm glad. Hi, Dusty. All right, I'm going to, remember, dab it on my palette, but take most of it off because I just wanted a dry brush, no water. And then just slowly add the color into the inner part of the ear and just lightly scrub. And again, I wish I could show you, maybe I could show you on the back. I'm going to show you what happens if you don't take a lot off of it. You can't see it on here. Oh, on here, on a piece of paper. So if you see the little streaks you get, I don't like that. I mean, it works for what you need it for, and it's on paper, so it's a little different. But I like to have a really soft look, like it's, you know, almost chalk. So I just lightly put my color on there. Okay, and then I'm going to add the cheeks. Cheeks. Okay, then I'm going to get Cherry Red, and now I'm going to go over it with Cherry Red. I can get it out of the bottle, and that's from DecoArt. And pick up a little bit of that, and again, this is going to make it kind of pink. You take most of it off, and it makes it like fuchsia color. And then I just go over the area. That was that. Hope you guys are following my page. If you know anybody who also loves to paint and craft, let them know about me and ask them to follow. I want to share what I know, the little that I know. So you can go straight on with one color, I guess, but for me, I just think by layering it, it just looks so much nicer. Okay, so that is done. And I'm going to go back to my base paint and then just, this thing pink really covers really well. So I just needed basically one coat. I'm going to get the edge of my brush and blend it on my palette, and I'm going to shade the bottom of my nose. Of my bunny nose. Oh, how did water get in there? Just remember to always have a baby wipe or something nearby because everything is fixable, you guys. It really is. For the most part. And if you don't like it, sand it and start over. Okay, so you have his nose. That's done. Let's go ahead and get some black out, and we'll do his eyes and line his little face. Roxana, it is, did you miss the shading on the one side of the ear? I don't think so. Oh, you're right. I did. Let me see if I can see. I need you guys here. I'm like, I got both sides. Let me see if I can. It might be too hard since I already got the. I could use a smaller brush, but I'm being lazy. There we go. Thanks, Kimberly. Okay, Roxana, back to you. It's Think Pink for the inside, and then I use Cherry Red to darken it a little bit. Okay. Where are we? Black. Okay, so then I get my 10-aught liner. I have a short liner, and I have a 10-aught liner. I have a short one, which is pretty ratty. I need to buy a new one, but I can't seem to find it. I don't ever go to the craft stores hardly, you guys. So I need to find it. I need to go online or something. I've looked on Amazon, but I can't find the short liner. But that's how I do all my base painting for the eyes. When I do the thick eyes like this, I like to use this brush, the short liner, to get that in there. Okay. So then I'm going to load my brush, my short 10-aught liner, pick up a little bit of paint, like this, at the end of it, and then just place it down and lift. Place it down and lift. So you got his eyeballs. Okay. Then I'm going to get my thin liner, or my 10-aught longer liner. What is this? 10-aught length liner, mid-length liner, because I know there are longer ones. Okay, and I'm going to put eyebrows. And for his mouth, I'm just going to come down and pick up a little dollop at the end of it, and then just put a little mouth on it. Then I'm going to put some whiskers there. Like that. then I love bunnies and bears because I don't have to do straight lines. I like to make them look furry, so I just wave my brush back and forth to get that wave. And Dusty, have you been working on anything? Oh, I saw you working on your acorns. Those were so super cute. Oh my gosh. And I round this a little bit because I didn't want it to look all wavy there. It goes like that. And wiggle, wiggle. Remember to add water every so often so that your brush goes a little further. Okay, just like that. Let's set him aside and get back to this carrot. And then with that same color, Georgia Clay, and let me place it with my brush first, my chalk pencil first. Oh, it's still wet too. That's not good. Oh, and actually, let me see if this is gonna. Oh, it needs to be bigger. See if that's gonna work. A little bit bigger. Oh, I'm lifting up the paint because it's still wet. Okay, that's about good. That's about right. And then he's going to be here, and you want to be able to see that he's coming out of his little carrot. Okay, so with Georgia Clay and Antique Maroon, I just mixed the colors to get that color. And like I said, you might have a color. I don't think I had one, so I just didn't even. I don't have a lot of oranges, so. I don't know what that color would even be. Burnt orange, maybe? My problem is I don't make enough of it. Okay. Concentrating, guys. I'm being quiet to do these round things. And I know it's not like a circle, but he hides the bottom part of it. Aw, thank you, Dusty. Bunnies are cute. Okay, let that dry a little bit. But I do want to get some white because I'm just... So then what I did, you guys, after I base painted it, I just got Antique Maroon on the edge of my brush to shade it. The inside of the carrot, okay? But what I want to show you, and then we'll finish up this little guy so you can see how he's going to look. Oh, I need to start my little iron, my Cricut iron. Okay. So then with a scruffy brush again, you're going to pick up some white. Take it all off of your napkin. And a lot of times I'll use this paper to get more of it off because sometimes my paper towels get wet, and I don't want there to be any water when I highlight with this technique. So then I just highlight all of these little bushes. And then before I give it another coat, I should have highlighted it, but it was wet and I didn't want to deal with, so I might as well just do this here. Okay. And then I'm going to wait when this dries. I want to put more of a highlight on there. Do you see that highlight on there? And I'm going to show you how to do that on the little green part. So I pick up some paint, just lightly, don't dab it off, and I just put it in a corner here. And then I just take some off and then try to blend it out a little bit. And it gives it more of a, it looks like that's really highlighted in that corner. Just like that. Okay. You get the gist of it? Like I said, I don't want to do this. I'm going to make a mess of it. So before the next coat, I'll just make a mess and go on there, and then the next coat will just kind of hide the white that I got on there, because I want to put a little highlight right here in the corner. Okay, so, oh, this guy's not done yet. This guy needs highlight on his nose and highlight on his cheeks. So now I'm going to get the small scruffy brush that I have, if I could find it, right here. This is my old scruffy brush for noses, and I'm going to dab off most of the paint. Hi, Janice. Washington, Utah. Oh, is it cold up there? Okay, and I'm going to highlight his nose. Oh, for the lighter colors, you basically don't have to wipe a whole bunch off because it needs to stand out a little bit more. It doesn't come out as much because it's a light color. Okay, so I'm just going to dab the color on there, pick up some paint, go to that corner because I want a little highlight. Just like that, and then he's still needs a little bit more. Just like that. Cute, right? Okay, then I'm going to get my stylus and dip dot for his cheeks. Dip in the paint, dot, dip in the paint, dot. And we are almost done, you guys. So I got the wood glue for this little piece because I decided I wanted to pop them up. And I just got a little piece of that paint stick. Oh, let's go here first. And then I should have placed them down first, but I didn't want to miss where it was. So it's basically a popped out bunny. Just like that. And then with this guy, uh-oh, what happened to my little sign? Oh, here it is. I'm going to iron on Happy Easter for about 10, 12 seconds. Try not to push too hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then slowly lift. Make sure that you got it all. I didn't get it at the bottom, so let's put this back on. 1, 2, 3. Should be good. So you will also get this iron on. Feel free to use your iron. It doesn't have to be a fancy machine. So then all I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to cut yours a little bit more, you guys. I wonder if I should wait. I'm going to cut it down a little bit like right here. So I'm going to cut it down so that you guys have it a little bit. And then I'm going to get some fabric. You will also get the fabric in the kit. Look at the strip of fabric. This is actually from, I think, Christmas ribbon, but I think it looks cute because it looks carroty. If that makes any sense. Oh, thank you, Beth. Okay, so I'm just gonna, yeah, you guys can watch the replay. Remember, I will post this in a couple of hours. Once I cut down that little sign, there's always something that, and then I'm going to just make, I should have done this before I put them on, but we're gonna make it work. Gotta make it work. Maybe it's better if you do it afterwards anyway, because you want to make sure you cover that area. So you know what would be really cute? Let's do something. Let's do something. Let's cut off a piece. Cut off 2 pieces. How about that? See if it's too much. And then wrap it around. And then cut it down. How about that? You might get this fabric or a different type of fabric. Kind of running out of the different ones, but you'll get a green fabric. Green fabric. I don't think you have to. I should go to Hobby Lobby today, but like I said, I'm not one for going to. I always ask Amy to stop by. My sister lives out by Hobby Lobby. Super cute. I love that. Okay, I don't want to messing with this guy. Okay, so this is the kit for today, you guys. I think I'll have about 12 or maybe 3, 6, 9, 10. Either 10 or 13. I don't know. I have to figure it out. But this will ship out next week, and you guys will get the pattern. I shouldn't have showed you this. If you see my replay, you'll see why this is kind of all messy. But because you could use this little guy separately. But if you could watch the replay if you just came on. But you will get all of the pieces to make this guy and the iron-on. And you don't have to use the iron-on if you're good with printing it or using a pen. You can just write Happy Easter really quick, but you will get the iron-on with it. I will cut this down, like I said, because I think it's a little bit too long, just to make it look like he's holding it. What do you guys think? Turned out super cute, I think. Yeah, so this is it. You get the line drawing. That's all you'll get with this, so that you can make however many you want. But I thought it was kind of cute. I came up with it this week, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Eventually, I want to get this on Etsy, but we'll see if that ever happens. As an SVG, I don't know how many people use SVGs, but yeah. I love this little bow. Totally added to it. I was going to put raffia, but I'm like, the bow turned out adorable. So, thank you, Carol. Thank you, Pam. So, watch out for this wood kit. It will be on later on today. If you guys are interested, just mark sold. Those of you who've been buying a lot from me lately or have purchased from me within the even last 2 years, I have everything on file on PayPal unless your address changed. So there's no need to add any of that. If you are new and you're interested in this kit, you do need to add your email and zip code. But hope you guys have a good Super Bowl Sunday weekend. And happy Valentine's Day. And like I said earlier, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I'm able to sell sometime next week. Because I do have some St. Patrick's Day stuff that I want to sell. So it's super cute little sets that I have. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'll try to answer them as best I can. Oh, you could line this too, you guys. I didn't even think of it. But he's cute like that. I don't know. Always adding extra stuff. I forgot. I was going to line it, but you could do with it whatever you want. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this time with me and hope to see you soon. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.